All right, so is everyone ready? We have how many participants? 14, 22. Yan, so konti lang naman yung wala. Pwede naman humabol na lang. So I'll be presenting two topics today kasi next meeting ay parang hindi tayo makaka-meet next week, right? Because of the scheduled B week. So, lubos-lubusin na natin. I already uploaded the two topics that we will cover today. Actually, these are the last topic for the semester. So we have the organizational communication and then mass communication. And then last time, we discussed interpersonal communication and intercultural communication. So anyone who would like to give us a brief recap about our discussions last meeting? Sino ang gustong mag-recap? Pwedeng mag-raise ng hand. Eto, ikiklik lang ito. Hmm. Mahina audio ko. Ma-check po. Okay na audio. Papa-comment daw po, Makin, Michelle, Josh. Pa-comment if mahina ang voice ko. Pa-comment po. Lumabas na baka sa line lang ni Melabel. Mahina ang internet connection ata niya. Pa-comment Josh, Gov, pa-comment kung mahina ang voice ko. Medyo mahina din sa part. Pa-comment po. Wait lang, okay. Lipat lang akong connection. Okay na po? Pa-check po ng line ko kung okay na Makin, Melabel. Comment na lang po. Alright, so who would like to give us at least a brief detail about our discussions last meeting regarding interpersonal and intercultural communication? And we have pending activity that is due on November 21. Buti na lang pala hindi ko nilagay weekend, no? Kasi lahat tayo preoccupied during the weekend. Sinong gusto mag-share ng kanilang mga naalala about the interpersonal and um, intercultural communication? Meron nang nag-send sa kabila pala ito. So this is also due on interpersonal November 20 for this block. Wala pa namang nag-submit. And I'm so excited to read your rawit dawit, ano ba ang nilagay ko dito? Tigsik and mga tula na ipopost online sa inyong mga social media accounts. Walang gustong mag-share? Sige, i-voluntold ko si Dana. Good morning, Dana. Dana, gusto mong i-ano kami? Mag-run through lang konti ng naging discussion natin about intercultural and interpersonal Yes, Felicia. I love that heart. Josh. Sunod si Felicia, mag-share ng kanyang recollection about our topic. Yes, go. Go, go. Ang governor talaga, savior natin, no? Yes, Gov. Parang walang audio, Gov. Mhm. Walang audio, Gov. Oh, I can't hear you, Gov. Wait lang. Sa line ko ata. Wait lang, Gab. Hold your line. Mm.
When we use when we use intercultural communication, we are also able to understand more about the complex situations, especially when it comes to brief history as well as traditions, wherein we get to respect more and comprehend more the culture of other people. While interpersonal naman po is really, really important because we get to assess our own emotion, especially if we have something very big to decide onto and we have to think about it carefully. I think that interpersonal communication just makes us a better person because it is the most important thing that we get to communicate to ourselves first before we communicate with other people. So that's my take with regards to the lesson last time.
All right. So, thank you, Gov. Tama ka, Bell. Ang may problema ay yung aking connection. So, I logged in via my other phone, but I'll be presenting the topic using my other gadget. So, last time, remember, sabi ko parang, oh, para akong guidance counselor, para akong um, teacher sa values education or edukasyong pagpapahalaga. Tama yung sinabi ni Gov that you have to first assess yourself bago ka makipag-communicate sa iba, 'di ba? So parang magre-reflect ka din muna kaya nga sabi natin bago dapat yung interpersonal communication, kailangan mag-reflect muna tayo sa sarili natin. Alam din natin kung paano nag-work yung intrapersonal communication. Any other recollection, ideas about our discussions last meeting? Wala na. So, we will move to our next topic about the organizational communication, which is also relevant today. And kahit na siguro ilang panahon pa lumipas, hindi leave out ang organizational communication because even inside the classroom, we still have to consider the concepts of the organizational communication. So when we say organization, it's the act of organizing or state of being organized. So it doesn't have to be at work, in a private or government office. So, kahit saan pwede nating ma-consider or pwede natin i-consider ang organization as the most important structure kapag nakikipagtrabaho tayo sa ibang tao. So, we started from the interpersonal communication wherein you need to consider things on how to communicate with yourself, interpersonal communication, paano mo mahahandle yung pakikipag-communicate sa ibang tao. And remember that the three different models, we have the um, linear communication, the interactive communication, and the transactional communication, that not all communication processes are the same, and sometimes you expect feedback. Hindi lahat ng feedback positive or negative or aayon sa lahat ng ini-expect mo. Then we have the transactional model of communication na mas nai-interpret natin. Parang that's the perfect model of communication na hinahanap natin. Hindi dahil positive or negative ang impact, but we share our meanings in every communication process that we handle. So in organizational communication, we need these different concepts of interpersonal and interpersonal communication. So when we say organization, it is an organized structure or whole. So say this is the organization that you really think of na parang sa organization ng SK, we have the Sangguniang Kabataan. Di ba meron tayong hierarchy of power. But not really power yung sinasabi, yung iniisip natin na pwede nyo suguon, pwede nyo sabihan. Ibig sabihin, eto si SK, ano ang tawag ngayon? SK chairman, then ito yung mga subordinates niya. Pero sa totoong buhay, hindi talaga siya nangyayaring subordinates, parang pantay-pantay lang din. Yun yung alam natin na mas magandang konsepto ng isang organization. So, yun yung sinasabi natin na organization. There is an administrative official or there are members of the administration as of a political party or a government department. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng offices, lahat ng organizations, lahat ng grupo, merong kino-consider tayo na methods or order or system. So, how does this system work for the organization? A system of consciously coordinated activities of two or more persons. So, ibig sabihin, kinakailangan in an organization, merong nag-agree. But of course, as communication students, as journalism students, as mass communication students, we consider communication as the vital part of this organization. So, sabi natin, communication is the vital part of organization. Kasi 'di ba, kung sa lahat ng angulo na natitingnan mo, hindi magwo-work ang isang organization kung yung balikan natin yung sangguniang kabataan. Kung yung mga kagawad ng council, 'di ba? Tawag natin doon. Yung kagawad ng council, usual na nangyayari, 'di ba? Na hindi kaalyado, 'di ba? So hindi kaalyado ng kagawad isang ka or siguro half ng kagawad. Sa amin, during my time, wow, parang luma na, lumang-luma yung during my time. So during my stint as sangguniang kabataan of our barangay, nanalo din akong sangguniang kabataan counselor nung time ko, that was in 2007. Alam ko na kwento ko na sa inyo na yun yung nakapag-survive sa akin sa college, ano ko, college journey. If not because of the scholarship given by the DILG through the Sangguniang Kabataan official privilege, hindi ako makakatapos ng ano ko, ng college. Dahil nung panahon namin meron pang tuition. So, halimbawa, 8 kami ng mga kagawad, then merong sangguniang kabataan chairman. So, kalahati halimbawa ng nanalo sa amin ay hindi namin ka-line up. Pero yung chairman ay ka-line up namin that time. So, every time halimbawa, eto hindi na yung real scenario during our time. So, halimbawa, si SK Kagawad, merong pinopropose na project, then some of the members of the council agreed. Then since, of course, sa, ano, sa normal na sitwasyon sa Pilipinas, laging nangingibabaw yung political affiliation ng mga ng mga official. So some other members of the council would disagree with the proposal of the Sangguniang Kabataan chairman. So hindi natin, parang, yes, masasabi natin na yung political affiliation, yung pinaka-basihan or pinakadahilan ng pag-disagree ng other members of the council. Pero, as inter-to-com students, we could consider communication or nakikita natin na yung miscommunication or hindi magandang communication relationship yung pinaka rason bakit hindi nag-agree. Maybe dun sa part ng Sangguniang Kabataan chairman, hindi niya nalalatag what are the advantages of this project, 'di ba? And then sa other part naman ng mga nagdi-disagree, baka hindi rin nila nai-internalize, hindi nila kinakausap yung sarili nila, di ba? Hindi sila marunong mag-express ng idea nila kung papaano mas parang they meet halfway para mas ma-organize or at least ma-approve yung project kung talaga ang iniisip ay for the benefit of the youth doon sa kanilang lugar. So, it means that organizational communication is important even sa mga maliliit lang na organization or grupo. So, what do we mean by organizational communication? Communication with and among large extended environments with a defined hierarchy. So, yun ang tinitingnan natin na isa sa mga big functions, lalo na sa mga malalaking companies. So, okay lang na okay lang sa atin na kahit sa maliliit na organization, especially kung sa mga SK, and wala naman talaga mga politics na nangingibabaw, mas madali na i-handle. But how about doon sa mga malalaki na mga grupo, di ba? So, as we said, in the organizational communication, we need our expertise in the interpersonal communication. So, interpersonal communications, if we apply it to the organizational communication, there is a or an important role of communication between the supervisor and the subordinate. So we call that supervisor subordinate relationship. Kaya 'di ba, usual na nangyayari ay nagre-resign ang mga empleyado. Madalas, 'di ba, reason nila of resigning ay hindi na hindi nakapalagay ang loob yung um ano niya, boss. Diba? So meron tayo noon na ang reason hindi siya parang may favoritism or ano niya, um, kino-consider niyang kalaban yung boss niya or yung supervisor. So kapag hindi natin na perfect yung sinasabi natin na relationship sa boss natin or relationship ng supervisor sa kanyang subordinate, hindi mag-function ng maayos yung interpersonal communication. Thus, may failure sa organizational communication. Then, we also have the small group communication. So, parang yung konsepto ay yung mga nangyari lang inside our classrooms na like the reporting, like uh, pag-organize ng isang group project. So, remember that parang ang dami ko ngang mga na-encounter na mga instances na ganito. Kaya, ang ginagawa ko para hindi naman madehado yung ibang grupo, like, after the completion of your midterm project, I'll be giving a form wherein you will evaluate your group mates, para mga ganon, para alam din ng every member na meron din silang role na kailangan na gampanan in the organization. So parang simple things like that will make everyone reflect that they are part of the group, di ba? That they need to communicate clearly with the group on what tasks to cover or to complete. And then we have this intrapersonal communication. So, alam natin na kapag hindi tayo stable, 'di ba, sa sarili natin, and lalo na ngayon na mas ang dami nating pinagdadaanan, we just had to endure the wrath of Super Typhoon Pipito. And alam niyo ba, kung hindi lang babakasyon na naman next week, and kung hindi lang papalapit ang December, hindi sana tayo mag-meet, and then I'll give you time to recover, to relax first, and then parang gather all the pieces para bumalik yung ulira natin to classes. Pero since kailangan na din natin mag-rush, lahat tayo nag-adjust, and see, we have 35 34 participants today, di ba? So, lahat tayo, kinaya natin na i-survive kung papaano natin ipipresent yung sarili natin sa ibang tao, di ba? So, interpersonal communication is really important, especially ngayon na ang daming sumusubok sa mental condition natin, di ba? And then, we have these personal battles in our lives na kailangan buuin pa rin, harapin ng mas buo tayo para mas maging maganda yung maging ano natin, maging ambag, especially in our organization, di ba? Or say sa grupo natin kung meron kayong tinatrabaho na project. So, what are the important factors that we need to consider in the organizational structure? So, what do we mean by structure? It examines how an organization functions both internally and with the larger external environment. So, an organization has this goal and, of course, people. So, when we say goal, it is the general purpose a group of people is trying to achieve. And then, of course, hindi naman consider na organization without the manpower, people. It refers to the various internal and external stakeholders associated with the organization. So, ibig sabihin, ang isang organization, hindi lang yan binubuo ng, halimbawa ngayon, meron kayong bubuuin na grupo ng magkakandak ng donation drive for the victims of the Super Typhoon Pipito. So, kailangan natin ng mas maayos na connection with other people. So we also need to consider the stakeholders are as part of the organization, not just the core group. So it means that you need to value the communication aspects within the organization and to our or with our stakeholders. Diba? So the heart of organizational communication is still the human communication. Same with the reflection that our class governor shared earlier, sabi natin, parang mas kailangan na i-consider mo pa rin yung sarili mo, di ba? And then, yung kung paano ka nagko-communicate within yourself will, of course, reflect on how you communicate with other people. Last time, I remember na pag-usapan din natin, bakit mas mabait ako sa ibang tao kaysa sa family ko? 'Di ba? Because I think that's what we call human communication. To acknowledge that the attempt you are making is one in the voice of the many. So at least kilala tayo ng family natin na minsan talaga may bugso ng damdamin, 'di ba? Minsan talaga hindi natin kayang i-hold yung ano natin, i-hold yung fear natin, yung anxious feelings, and then yung anger natin. Kaya nagbe-burst. At least nakaka-express tayo ng sarili natin from time to time. Unlike when you are communicating with other people, you are trying to hide something, di ba? So, organizational communication is a subfield of the larger discipline of communication studies. So, as a field, it is the consideration, analysis, and criticism of the role of communication in organizational context. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan natin na i-consider yung um, hindi lahat ng organization ay masasabi natin na perfect. Lalo na kung mayroong mga problems in simple, simple um, problems na nai-encounter natin. Kaya, pinag-uusapan, pinaka-importante sa organization, still leaders, di ba? So, pinaka-importante sa communication, kung papaano ka i-guide ng tao na merong power to at least decide on something. So, sino dito ang nag-agree na great leaders are made, not born? Yung sabi natin, importante sa isang organization still, kaya nga may organizational chart tayong sinasabi, 'di ba? So, ito yung leader, ito yung manager, ito yung director sa isang organization. Then, these are the subordinates. Parang distributed kung ano yung magiging role nila. Sino nag-agree? You can just drop your answers. If you agree, say yes. Ayan, sige. Pwedeng ano, mag-thumb mark lang. Ayan. Yes, Gov. Gov. Do you agree or do you want to share something?
No, napindot. Pero I do
Sige.
agree.
Yan. So, agree si Gov that great leaders are made and they are not born na, pagkagising niya, you'll be a leader. Unless, di ba, alam na, nung pinagtatawanan namin, ay hindi naman pinagtatawanan, parang naging topic lang namin nung nanganak si Rachel Peters. Ang asawa ni Rachel Peters ay si Governor Migs Villafuerte, di ba? So, nung nanganak si Rachel Peters, parang ang dami naming ang dami ko rin nakita ng mga posts sa social media na pinanganak na ngaya ang susunod na governor ng Camarines Sur. Di ba? So, ibig sabihin, pinanganak siya na magiging leader. Yes po, sino tong nagre-raise ng hand? Chloe, agree ka ba? Na pinanganak na ang leader na ay ang magiging governor ng Camarines Sur. Chloe, do you have comments?
Hello po, napindot lang.
Akala ko, Chloe, makikisabay ka doon sa sa chika. Pinanganak na ang magiging governor ng Camarines Sur nung nanganak si Rachel Peters. Kasi 'di ba, parang parang lahat ng mga Villafuertes ginugroom para maging politician. So, why do we consider leaders as the main key to an organization to work, 'di ba? So kailangan natin ng effective leadership management. So there are many elements that make a good manager. However, one of the critical qualities is leadership. So leadership and management has must go hand in hand, but they are not the same thing. So anyone gusto siguro mag-ano tayo, no? Um, ano nga yung link na yun? Resa. Wait lang. Wait lang,
Wait lang.
nawawala yung ano dito sa... Pwede siya mag-share. Pwede kayo mag-share actually dito. Figma. Nagbago na ang ano, nagbago na ang Google Meet. Anyway, so dito na lang ako sa Google Docs siguro. Google Docs, then I'll be sharing this Google Docs link wherein you will add and insert. Yan, nakikita po ako. Yan. So, pakilagay, eto leaders. Yan. Tapos, leaders manager. Sige. So, I'll be sharing the link. Please, ano, paki-comment po yung mga ideas nyo. Editor. Yan. I'll be posting the link here in the chat. Then, comment po yung mga ideas nyo. Ano mga characteristics na meron yung leader? Anong characteristics meron yung manager? Sige po. I'll give you 2 minutes. I-comment lang po sa baba. Dito sa, sa drive mismo. Ayan. So, I can see si skunk. Merong si jackalope. Iba-ibang mga ano dito, no? Species of frog. Yan lang atang kilala ko. Sige. Write your answers. Anong meron si leader? Anong meron si manager? 2 minutes po. Naka-record ako, naka-record. All right, so 10 minutes, 10 seconds. All right, so we have seen different ideas about the qualities of leaders versus managers. Leaders are empathic, managers are responsible. Ano to? Counterpart ba siya? Like, kung emphatic si leader, si manager responsible, ganun ba siya yung pagkakalagay nyo? Or random lang na mga keywords nilagay na definition ng pagiging leader, pagiging manager. I think random lang, no, hindi siya counterpart. Like honest to its people tapos organized. So when we say leaders, very empathic ang leaders, honest to its people, transparent, empowered, vision, and long-term goals ang laging focus niya, critical thinker, influential, committed, responsible, respectful, has the ability to make, I think, good decisions because managers also decide on a certain situation. Leaders lead people, considerate to his or her people, motivator, humble, sets direction set direction and vision. Leaders should always be present and adaptable, active listener, coach and mentor, accountable. Leaders have the initiative and ability to see what is needed to be done, compassion and empathy for the people he or she leads, and a sense of accountability and responsibility for people. Leaders focus on balancing and direction of the organization and the welfare of the people. So, with this ideas, with this key terms, how do we define leaders versus managers? Sabi nila, ang manager daw, responsible, organized, visionary, na very focus lang sa kung ano yung vision or visions ng organization. Yes, they can be reliable, they execute short-term objectives, while ano ibig sabihin kapag kapag ikaw ay leader, more on long-term objectives. So, di ba? So, magandang i-consider natin yung pagtingin nila, paano nila tinitingnan yung pag-achieve sa mga objectives or pag-adapt doon sa sinasabi nila na visions. They can solve problem, they implement policies, while when we say leaders, laging kung ano yung pwede or applicable sa certain situations or situation, but yung managers laging iniisip, hey, wala tayong magagawa because this is the policy. 'Di ba? Like, kaninang umaga when I was talking with our class governor, ay, kailan ba tayo nagkausap? Parang tinanong ko nagtanong si Gov kung may pasok na, sabi niya, oo, pero base doon sa, di ba Gov, base sa memo ay face-to-face. So, wala pang addendum, wala pang sinasabi doon sa um, memo na pwedeng mag-asynchronous or pwedeng mag-online. But we decided, si ClassGov, tapos ako nag-decide kami na mag-online na muna tayo. Since ang daming mga kailangan na i-consider. So I think with that, I served as your leader of the class. Do you agree, class golf, na nag-ano tayo? Para naging leader tayo ng class, 'di ba? So we consider
Yes.
the situation of everyone. Supposedly mag-asynchronous dapat ngayon. Kaso nga next week pala ay BU week, then gusto ko makafocus na din kayo sa kung anong gagawin nyo since magda-dance din kayo, 'di ba? So wala tayong meeting na Monday, hindi tayo makamit na Wednesday para tapos-tapos na. So you need to be analytical. Yes, sometimes managers are analytical. Honesty, be emotionally aware. Yun. So emotionally aware managers, pero sa leaders, emphatic tayo. Yes, you may be emotionally aware, but you are not emphatic to your subordinates or to other people. That's also a big consideration. Managers are goal-oriented, understandable to any situation. Sabi goal-oriented, laging, ito yung sinasabi ng kumpanya, kaya ito yung gagawin natin, di ba? Understandable to any situation, trustworthy, of course, innovative. But in the concept of leadership, parang mas nagiging innovative yung ideas, di ba? So, managers are innovative, pero kapag sinabi nating manager, laging siya yung nag-guide sa mga tao pero ang nag-execute pa rin ay yung mga tao or subordinates. Managers communicate effectively, serve as coordinator, critical thinker, yes. Problem solvers, laging papaano lang masosolve ang problem. While sa leader, papaano mas maaayos yung situation, sabay sila nagde-decide. Yes, tama. Managers are administrators. Managers are focused on wow, ang ganda dito, 'di ba? Parang may summary dito parehas. Managers are focused on tasks and getting them done as efficiently as possible and in the shortest amount of time. They are more focused on the results, the performance, and the image of the organization. Sabi na, ito highlight ko, they are more focused on the results, the performance, and the image of the organization, while leaders focus on balancing the direction of the organization and the welfare of the people. So with this brief sharing, paano nyo masasabi na, or how do you consider yourself as part of the organization? Are you the leader or are you a manager? Are you a leader or are you a manager? I posted the link. Yun, naalala ko na po, menti.com. And dati dito, hinahanap ko, meron ng Google Docs actually ng Jamboard. Nawala yung Jamboard. Kaya sa ano tayo, sa Google Docs tayo. So I posted a link via Mentimeter. You will answer yes, no, maybe. Are you a leader? Yes, no, maybe. Sige po, i-click ang ating poll, simple poll. Yan, makikita ko yung answers nyo dito. Yan, kung ilan na yung sumagot. Or pwedeng mag-ano lang, pasok lang sa website na menti.com, tapos ilagay itong code 4499295 or i-click yung link na pinost ko sa ano natin, sa sa chat, maybe. Ang tanong natin, are you a leader? Sa tingin mo, leader ka ba? O may bumawi sa maybe. Ay, hindi naman. Kasi nagtaas sila yes. Sige po. Assess yourselves with the descriptions. Are you a leader? Sa tingin mo, leader ka. Yan, 1 minute. Balik, 13 pa lang yung sumagot. And we have how many participants? 28 participants. Maybe. Maybe this time I could be a leader. Sometimes. Bakit dumadami yung maybe? Yung mga in-between.
Ma'am, hindi ko po ma-open yung link.
Pasok ka na lang po sa menti.com. Tapos, ilagay mo tong code 44992959. I-repost ko yung link. Ayan. Nag-work naman yung link. Parehas naman siya. Ayan. 12 na maybe. Undecided pa. Pero, parang may potential. Parang ganun ba ang ibig sabihin ng maybe? Are you a leader? Maybe. So, think of your work as members of the group na nagtatrabaho ng midterm project. Yun. By the way, the deadline of the midterm project is moved um 7 days po after, di ba? Dapat ang deadline natin Sabado. So, I'll give you another 1 week, 7 days to work on that. So, assess yourself kung sa tingin mo leader ka ba with the project that you are working on. 20 participants answered in the poll. Sige po, 30 seconds. Ayan. 17, 24. So we still have 5 or 4 answers na hinihintay. 18. All right. So we have 18 answers. Maybe this time, leader sila, di ba? Parang kinoconsider nila na leader, ang may leadership skills sila, while yes, parang very certain na yes, I am a leader. So maganda dahil zero no answers tayo, no? Zero no. Zero no, ibig sabihin, parang alam nila na kung potential sila na maging leader dahil may 19 answers tayo na nagsabing maybe, then yes, they are certain kasi siguro marami ng mga instances na nasubukan nila yung sarili nila na maging mag-lead sa organizations na hinandle na nila or sa class, mga activities sa class. So, leadership is very different from managing, or leaders are working differently against managers. So when we say leader, he or she usually focuses on visions and innovations. While eto mga manager, laging about maintenance of excellence or excellent standards. Lalo na yung mga nasa private organizations. Di ba? Kasi sa government, ako kasi na-experience ko na din na magtrabaho sa private organization, and gusto talaga nila na maggamit ka, as in ma-maximize yung oras mo kapag nasa trabaho ka dahil binabayaran ka nila. Ibig sabihin, galing sa budget mismo nila yung bayad nila sa'yo. While sa government, yung sinisweldo mo ay may ambag ka pa rin, di ba? Because you are paying taxes. And then, hindi gaya ng private companies na parang ipagduduldulan nila sa'yo na binabayaran ka nila para magtrabaho. So, ibig sabihin sa private organizations, mas focus sila doon sa standards ng magiging trabaho nila. So, leaders innovates while managers administrate on the innovation. So, para makikita natin na mas innovative yung ideas na meron yung mga subordinates niya. And madalas, ang nasusunod ay yung manager. Di ba? So, kung ayaw ng manager yung sinasabi ng subordinates niya, hindi yan naaayon sa standard mismo ng ating organization. So, X ang inyong mga ideas. Focuses on individuals and inspires them, while manager focuses on systems and structure. Ibig sabihin, na kinakain ng sistema yung manager. Ibig sabihin, kung ito yung sinasabi ng boss nila, ito sinasabi ng kumpanya, ito yung sistema, ito yung mangyayari. That say you have emergency situations at home, kung sa halimbawa, magandang leaders, i-consider yun as excused ka, but you are still paid. Di ba? Halimbawa, exit ka muna, tapos balik ka na lang sa office. While yung managers would think like this, na pwede ka mag-half day na lang, tapos log out ka na sa, ano mo, sa biometrics. Absent ka sa work, di ba? No work, no pay kapag nasa isang manager ka or nasa isang private organization ka. But I am not saying na lahat ng private organizations ganito. Diba? So, karamihan lang dahil, of course, laging yung sistema, structure yung sinasabi nila. Always has their eye on the horizon, while managers should be watching the bottom line. Ito yung dapat na matapos natin. But leaders think like, eto yung, kung hanggang saan lang ang kaya, parang ganun ang thinking niya. Directs and mobilizes people and or their ideas in communication project shows, while managers help organization perform its various functions of planning, organizing, and controlling. So, more on planning what's in the book sa managers, while yung leaders, hinahayaan na yung mga subordinates niya ang mag-isip ng idea. So, ito yung pinaka-importante. Take a look at this. Leaders do things right, while manager does the right things. Diba? Manager thus right things based on the rules of management. So, while sa leader, no matter what it takes based on the leadership traits. Ibig sabihin, ang leaders nagde-decide depende sa situation. While yung manager, eto yung sinasabi ng libro, eto sinasabi ng sistema. Eto yung susundin natin. So, see the difference? Kaya, very positive yung ano sa akin, yung result sa akin na walang nagsabi na they are manager. They consider themselves as, yes, maybe I can be a leader. And yes, seven answered, I am a leader. Do you have questions? Meron pang gustong idagdag? Or na-experience ba? Gusto nyo ba na mag-share ng experience about kung paano kayo hinandle ng leaders at managers? Ako, sa government service ko, marami na din ako na-encounter na leaders. Marami din ako na-encounter na mga managers. So you can just read this. I already posted this in the classroom. So let's just highlight the last part of the discussion. In a nutshell, a leader achieves the function through the three sub-processes, according to Kotter in 1990. He said that establishing direction and developing vision for the future along with the strategies for producing the changes needed to be achieved in that vision. So, ibig sabihin, hinahanap ng leader or hinahanap natin sa leaders natin etong ganitong function. So, laging futuristic ang thinking ng isang leader. Lalo na kung magka-craft pa lang ng visions. Then, aligning people by communicating the direction to those whose cooperation may be needed so as to create coalitions committed to achieve such vision, and motivating and inspiring to keep people move in the right direction despite major political, bureaucratic, and resource barrier by appealing to human needs, values, and emotions. So, may I just also share my experience when I was working at a radio station. So, alam naman ng lahat na nagtrabaho ako sa Bombo Radio. And before I resigned at that radio station, I worked as the production head and acting assistant station manager. So, ganun pala kapag nagtatrabaho ka sa isang private organization na kapag anong sinabi na standards, anong kailangan na deliverables, dapat matrabaho din. And naging mahigpit din ako noon sa aking mga hinahandle. When you are a production head, hawak mo yung mga reporters na lumalabas. So, we are obliged to conduct meeting every morning, tapos may meeting naman na every afternoon. So, parang, personally, ayaw ko sana ang gawin dahil, hello, nakakaubos ng oras. Pero dahil, everyday kami hinihingian ng reports kung ano na pag-usapan, ano na pagplanuhan na story for the day. Like, every morning kasi, mayroon kaming pre-production meeting. So, dapat lagi ako magpatawag ng meeting. Humihingi kasi yung management lagi ng minutes ng meeting. Doon sa pre-production meeting every morning, pag-uusapan namin kung ano yung mga target na stories na maghapon. Hinihingi ng management. So, I was obliged to um, call for a meeting every day dahil yun yung sinasabi ng management sa akin. But personally, ayaw ko din sana. So, ibig sabihin, with the vision, with the structure, with the system that the private organization is imposing, nauobliga din yung mga leaders na or managers na gawin yon. So, but I can humbly say that I became a leader ex-manager. So, parang sometimes you have to be that manager na hahawakan mo din yung tao mo para sumunod sa'yo. Do you also have ideas or experience na ganon? Samantalang, ay, ngayon, nasa teaching, yun. So, I try my best to at least hear every concern galing sa klase ko, and then, like, ngayon, anong situation na mas applicable anong setup ang mas applicable para sa atin ngayon. So, yun. With the help of the class governors, at least naaayos din natin ang sistema. Yes po, sino yun? Do you have questions? Wala na po? May tanong po ba? May tanong? So, daanan natin yung last topic natin para kota na tayo. So, let's have another 9, 10. Kaya pa? Kaya pa ng inyong mga connections. Wala lang mag-on ng camera. Ayun. So, we have 36 participants. May I just screen capture para kasabay sa reporting? You're asked to share the evidence na nagkanda kami ng classes. Then, last topic natin, yay! We're down to our last topic, which is mass communication. And we will have another discussion po nito, mga sample activities natin, mga outputs na gagawin, in-person outputs when we come back by December. So when we say mass communication, you see my screen, right? So we are focusing on the functions of journalists as communicators. So we have the tri-media, we call tri-media yung print, radio, and then television. So nagsimula tayo sa tri-media. Ito yung sinasabi natin ng mga traditional media, may dyaryo, may radyo, at then television. Pero ngayon, ang tawag natin dyan ay quad media na po because we already included the social media. Kasi ang dami na din na lumalabas or gumagamit ng mga social media platforms ng mga news organization. So let's define mass communication through this simple video material.
Ka? 250 pesos per day. Bakit ka? Changing job is changing boss.
Find job, talk to boss.
If you think of
Very connected pala, no? Very relatable doon sa ano natin, sa discussions about leaders and then managers, yung quick na patalasas na panood natin. Meron bang audio? Pa, pa-click ng ano po, ng thumbs up yung narinig nyo. Kung narinig nyo yung audio ng patalastas. Okay.
something that people do through messages. And if you think of communication as something that people do through messages, and communication is the production of messages and the sharing of messages and the interpretation of messages, then mass communication becomes the mass production of messages. In fact, in some ways, the book was the first mass-produced product when suddenly you could produce an infinite number of copies of the exact same thing. That's what the book was. And suddenly you could take a message and reach vast numbers of people by repeating the message, by mass-producing the message and sending it over huge numbers of diverse, heterogeneous crowds. Different types of technologies have been very good at reaching very specific groups. Some have been very good at reaching enormously varied and diverse groups. But when you can mass produce messages, you can reach an unbelievable number of people. It is, if you think about what it would be like to suddenly reach 200 million people, 400 million people, the number of people that watch some big event, a Super Bowl, an inauguration, landing on the moon, something very spectacular, then it is in human history, it is incomprehensible to think about what it would have been like to reach that many people at once. We take it completely for granted. It's completely normal to us. It wasn't that long ago that just sending a message between one city and another could take days or across the ocean. But with mass communication, you can send a message from one person or one group to an infinite number of groups in an infinite number of cities, countries all around the globe, instantaneously reaching larger numbers of people than was ever possible before.
All right, so
Try the really sorry anti-dandruff shampoo. Make the biggest switch today.
yeah. So that is my question. Yeah. Okay na audio ko, no? So that is mass communication. When we say mass communication, it covers the traditional media. We have the print media, we have the radio, the... Ay, walang audio yung video? Josh? Akala ko may pumasok na audio. Akala ko nakapag...
Pero yung second play po, wala.
Oo, wait lang. Sige, i-replay ko. Pa-thumbs up po kung may audio na papasok.
Of communication as something that people do through messages. And communication is the production of messages and the sharing of messages and the interpretation of messages, then mass communication becomes the mass production of messages. In fact, in some ways, the book was the first mass produced product when suddenly you could produce an infinite number of copies of the exact same thing. That's what the book was. And suddenly you could take a message and reach vast numbers of people by repeating.
Oh, walang audio. Why kaya? Dahil siguro naka-mute ako dito. Sige. Dahil siguro naka-mute ako dito.
If you think of communication as something that people do through messages, and communication is the production of messages and the sharing of messages and the interpretation of messages, then mass communication becomes the mass production of messages. In fact, in some ways, the book was the first mass produced product when suddenly you could produce an infinite number of copies of the exact same.
Alright, so wala daw audio. I-share ko na lang muna yung link dito. Then, you watch it on your own. This is almost 2-minute na video. So, I'll give you 3 minutes to watch it. Sige po. Sinend ko yung link dito. Then, i-watch nyo na muna.